The latest news from the Dallas Cowboys has just been published, and I'm going to tell you everything in this video. I've set a Cowboys game as the background for the video, and I recommend that you place your phone somewhere and just listen to all the news for today. First news of the day. Dallas Cowboys star quarterback Dak Prescott remains unbroken in spirit despite the team's recent setback, a 22-20 road loss to the Miami Dolphins. Prescott, undeterred by the defeat, exuded confidence in his post-game press conference, emphasizing the team's resilience as they navigate through a challenging phase late in the regular season. Expressing his unwavering belief in the team, Prescott stated, "The confidence is high with this group. We understand that we can beat good teams on the road, and we will hat-tip John Machota of The Athletic." This positive outlook reflects Prescott's leadership and determination to guide the Cowboys out of their current slump. Prescott's individual performance against the Dolphins was a mix of highs and lows. He completed 20 of 32 pass attempts for 253 yards and 2 touchdowns, avoiding interceptions. However, the Dolphins' defense proved formidable, sacking Prescott 4 times for a total loss of 11 yards, and he also lost a fumble. As a collective effort, the Cowboys fell short in yardage, being outgained 375 to 339, with only 19 first downs compared to the Dolphins' 22. While Prescott asserts the team's ability to triumph over formidable opponents on the road, the Cowboys face a glaring statistic. They have not secured a road victory in the 2023 NFL regular season against a playoff-bound team. Their 3 road wins have come against the New York Giants, Los Angeles Chargers, and Carolina Panthers. The team struggles away from home-raised concerns, especially considering the impending playoffs. Nevertheless, the Cowboys have already clinched a postseason berth. Looking ahead, in Week 17, the Cowboys will return to their home turf to take on the Detroit Lions. The regular season will conclude with a Week 18 matchup against the Washington Commanders on the road. As they navigate the final stretch, Prescott's leadership and the team's collective determination will be crucial in addressing their road performance challenges and building momentum for a successful postseason campaign. Second news of the day. The Dallas Cowboys, a team accustomed to winning battles on the field, recently faced a setback in their quest for victory. Despite the loss, they remain determined to regain their momentum before entering postseason play, aiming to ultimately secure the coveted Lombardi Trophy. However, one battle that seems to elude the Cowboys, especially elite pass rusher Micah Parsons, is the struggle against NFL officials. Parsons, a formidable force on the defensive end, has not seen a holding penalty called in his favor for an astonishing 38 quarters. The frustration reached a tipping point during a Christmas Eve matchup against the Miami Dolphins, where a contentious roughing the passer call further heightened concerns about the league's officiating. In the second quarter of the game, Parsons made a seemingly routine play by hitting Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa after an incomplete pass. Despite not exhibiting any foul play, Parsons was penalized for roughing Tagovailoa. The subsequent play saw the Dolphins scoring a touchdown, taking a 13-7 lead at halftime. The Cowboys ultimately fell short, losing 22-20 in Miami. Parsons, known for his outspoken nature, did not mince words in expressing his discontent with the officials. Following the game, he voiced his frustration, suggesting that the calls reflect an anti-Cowboys bias among the referees. In his post-game comments, Parsons remarked, "It's mind-blowing, the things that are getting called, and the positions that we get put in. We just have to learn how to fight the adversity. I know a lot of it is BS, but it's the world we live in. We've got that star on our helmet. It's just hard to play defense." The accusation of bias against the Cowboys is a serious charge, and Parsons' dissatisfaction with the officiating only intensified as he questioned the rationale behind the roughing penalty. He emphasized that his intent was not to punish the quarterback and expressed confusion about the officiating decision, stating, "How am I trying to punish him if I'm just trying to sack him? It's not like it was a late hit. It's not like I'm leaving my feet. I didn't lead with my head. I don't know how you make that call." While blaming referees for a team's losses is often seen as a losing lament, Parsons' frustration seems justified in this instance. The Cowboys, despite potential officiating controversies, still had opportunities to secure victory. As the team's two-game losing streak continues, hosting a playoff game becomes a more challenging prospect, especially with a crucial matchup against the Detroit Lions in Week 17. Parsons, unwilling to let the issue rest, took to social media later in the evening, humorously posting, "Whatever I did to the officials, I'm sorry." The incident highlights the broader concern that controversial calls on pass rushers, especially in close games with playoff implications, can significantly impact the outcome and raise questions about the consistency of officiating in the NFL. As the Cowboys navigate through a challenging season, it is evident that addressing officiating concerns is crucial not only for the team but also for the league's integrity. A call for improvement in officiating standards resonates as the NFL strives to maintain the fairness and credibility of its games. Third news of the day. Despite the Dallas Cowboys' frustrating loss to the Miami Dolphins in Week 16, quarterback Dak Prescott and head coach Mike McCarthy remain resilient and optimistic about the team's future. In a nail-biting game, Prescott orchestrated a drive that gave the Cowboys a one-point lead, 20-19. With just over 3 minutes left on the clock. Unfortunately, the defense couldn't secure the victory, allowing Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa to lead a remarkable drive to set up the game-winning field goal for Jason Sanders. Penalties and a fumble in the first quarter further hindered the Cowboys, resulting in a 22-20 defeat. Addressing critics and disappointed fans after the game, Prescott expressed unwavering confidence in the team's ability to compete on the road. Despite their struggles away from home, Prescott remains steadfast in his belief that the Cowboys can overcome challenges and emerge victorious against formidable opponents. The confidence is high with this group. "We understand that we can beat good teams on the road, and we will," Prescott affirmed. Head coach McCarthy echoed Prescott's sentiments, recognizing the challenges of playing crucial games on the road. With the loss making a home field advantage in the playoffs less likely, McCarthy emphasized the team's potential to become road warriors. Reflecting on the hard-fought game against the Dolphins, McCarthy acknowledged the need for improvement but expressed confidence in the team's ability to rise above challenges. "It was a juggernaut game. That's what we expected," McCarthy said. "It's a challenge in these games because you know it's going to come down to one play. And they probably made a play or two more than we did. It was a hard-fought game. We may have to go on the road, obviously, to get this done. I think we got a lot that we can draw from this. We got to play better than we did today, because you have to play above it on the road, and road warriors we will be." As the Cowboys face the Detroit Lions at home and the Washington Commanders on the road in their final regular season games, the importance of learning from their recent losses becomes paramount. McCarthy emphasized the need for perfection when competing against top teams, recognizing the potential disastrous consequences of falling short. With a 10-5 record and a 2-game losing streak, the Cowboys are in a crucial phase of the season. Winning their remaining games is imperative for playoff seeding, and they must also rely on the Philadelphia Eagles stumbling for a chance at the NFC East top seed. While the NFC's best record remains within reach, the Cowboys must focus on one game at a time and avoid looking too far ahead amidst their current challenges. Fourth news of the day. The Dallas Cowboys have been a team of stark contrast in the current NFL season, oscillating between the best in the league and a squad that leaves much to be desired. The key factor distinguishing these two facets of the Cowboys is their performance at home versus on the road. At their home turf in AT&T Stadium, the Cowboys boast an impressive record of 7-0, with 6 of these victories marked by commanding blowout triumphs. The team seems to thrive in the comfort of their own surroundings, dominating opponents and showcasing their prowess. However, the narrative takes a different turn when the Cowboys hit the road, where they've struggled with a lackluster 2-5 record. While the Cowboys did manage a significant road win in the season opener against the New York Giants and routed the Carolina Panthers in Week 12, their road woes have been apparent in losses to the Cardinals, 49ers, Eagles, Bills, and Dolphins. Several of these road defeats have been decisive blowouts, underscoring the team's inconsistency outside of their home stadium. The latest setback came in a narrow 22-20 loss to the Miami Dolphins in Week 16. Head coach Mike McCarthy acknowledges the challenge of winning away from home but remains resolute in his belief that the Cowboys can overcome this hurdle, especially when the postseason arrives. Despite the evident struggles on the road, McCarthy expressed confidence in his team's ability to rise to the occasion during crucial playoff matchups. "We may have to go on the road, obviously, to get this done. I think we got a lot that we can draw from this. We got to play better than we did today because you have to play above it on the road, and road warriors we will be," McCarthy affirmed. In their Week 16 encounter against the Miami Dolphins, the Cowboys showcased resilience by rallying from a 19-10 deficit in the fourth quarter to take a 20-19 lead. Quarterback Dak Prescott connected with Brandon Cooks on an 8-yard touchdown pass with just 3:27 remaining on the clock. However, their efforts were thwarted as Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa orchestrated a 12-play, 64-yard drive that concluded with Jason Sanders' game-winning 1-yard field goal on the final play of the game. As the regular season inches toward its conclusion, the Cowboys find themselves at a critical juncture with a 10-5 record. The team needs to address its road performance issues, as playoff seeding and potential home field advantage hang in the balance. McCarthy's determination to transform the Cowboys into road warriors underscores the importance of overcoming challenges to achieve success in the postseason. Fifth news of the day. The Dallas Cowboys experienced a disheartening 22-20 loss to the Miami Dolphins, casting a shadow over their holiday season and revealing several glaring weaknesses. While some of these shortcomings, such as the Cowboys' struggles on the road and inefficiencies in the red zone, have garnered significant attention, one aspect that has flown somewhat under the radar is the recent subpar performance of the offensive line. In the last 4 games, the Cowboys have allowed a concerning total of 14 sacks on quarterback Dak Prescott. While they managed to overcome these challenges against the Seattle Seahawks and Philadelphia Eagles, their vulnerability became evident in the losses to the Buffalo Bills and the Dolphins. This trend marks a departure from the 3 games preceding the slump, during which the Cowboys allowed just a single sack, albeit against a lower-tier opponent with backup QB Cooper Rush in the game's final moments. Examining a more extended time frame, Dallas allowed 19 sacks over a 5-game span from Week 4 to Week 9. The inconsistency in performance raises concerns about the offensive line's ability to provide adequate protection for Prescott. Identifying the issue is one thing, resolving it is another challenge altogether. Injuries played a significant role in the recent subpar performance. The absence of left tackle Tyron Smith, sidelined with a back injury, and All-Pro guard Zach Martin playing through a lingering thigh injury undoubtedly impacted the offensive line's effectiveness against the Dolphins. However, the Cowboys cannot afford to let these issues persist, especially as they approach the postseason. Facing formidable pass rushes from teams like the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles, who had previously recorded 5 and 9 sacks against the Cowboys in Week 5 and 2 games, respectively. The offensive line needs to elevate its performance. The stark difference in the offensive line's performance over various stretches suggests that inconsistency is a significant challenge. While acknowledging injuries as a contributing factor, addressing this issue becomes imperative for the Cowboys to make a meaningful impact in the postseason. With potential matchups against teams boasting potent pass rushes, shoring up the offensive line is crucial for the Cowboys to navigate the challenges ahead and ensure a more favorable outcome in their playoff campaign. Sixth news of the day. The Dallas Cowboys find themselves at a critical juncture as the regular season winds down, already assured of a playoff berth but facing challenges that may impact the trajectory of their postseason journey. Coach Mike McCarthy and his squad, despite a strong 7-0 record at home, are grappling with inconsistencies on the road, raising questions about their ability to make a deep playoff run. The recent setbacks, notably consecutive road losses to the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins, have added a layer of complexity to the Cowboys' postseason aspirations. While a playoff berth is secure, the team's goal of reaching their first NFC Championship game since 1996 faces mounting obstacles. Quarterback Dak Prescott remains optimistic, asserting, "We understand that we can beat good teams when away from home, and we will." However, the numbers tell a different story. The Cowboys' dominance at AT&T Stadium with an unblemished home record contrasts sharply with their 3-5 record in away games. To achieve success in the postseason, Dallas must confront the challenge of performing at a high level outside the familiar confines of their home turf. The prospect of securing the coveted number 1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs appears increasingly elusive, especially with the San Francisco 49ers holding an 11-3 record in the tiebreaker over the Cowboys. The NFC East division title, though, remains within reach, offering at least one home playoff game and potentially more. As the Cowboys stand at 10-5, their focus turns to the Philadelphia Eagles, their primary competition in the NFC East. While the Eagles have stumbled with 3 consecutive losses, their remaining schedule presents opportunities for a rebound. The Cowboys' path to winning the division involves them securing victories in their last 2 games and relying on the New York Giants, coached by Brian Daboll, to disrupt the Eagles' momentum in at least one of their 2 upcoming clashes. In essence, if the Cowboys win their remaining games and the Eagles drop one, regardless of the opponent, Dallas can clinch the NFC East based on tiebreakers. The first test of this scenario comes on Christmas Day when the Eagles face the Giants. The Eagles, despite their recent struggles, are significant favorites over the Giants. A potential upset by the Giants, led by quarterback Tommy DeVito, would significantly enhance the Cowboys' chances of controlling their own destiny in the race for the division title. The outcome of the Eagles-Giants matchup on Christmas Day holds considerable weight for the Cowboys. A Giants victory would set the stage for a dramatic finish to the regular season, offering Dallas the opportunity to secure crucial home playoff games. However, should the Eagles prevail, the Cowboys may find themselves navigating the postseason away from AT&T Stadium, potentially diminishing the prospects of a deep playoff run. In essence, the Cowboys' playoff journey hinges on both their own performance and the outcomes of key matchups involving division rivals. The quest for consistency, particularly on the road, becomes paramount as the team seeks to overcome challenges and make a meaningful impact in the postseason. The narrative of success or failure for the Dallas Cowboys in this pivotal season continues to unfold, with each remaining game carrying significant implications for their playoff fate. For those of you who have watched this far and like today's news, I ask that, if possible, you share this video with other Dallas Cowboys fans. See you tomorrow with more information.